Welcome back to Gaming About Life, the channel where we play video games, we talk about life, and hopefully you can get something good out of it. Something that will make your life better, will make your life happier. Something that you can learn through this video that will help you just live a much better life, because that's the objective of it. Today I have a very personal topic, which actually I don't know why I haven't spoken about it and made a video on it ever, which I want to share with you. And this will resonate more if you play video games too. Even more if it's on the same rate that I do, so like, or at least as how I used to, which was playing it every single day. But if you do like gaming, then maybe this video is for you. Hopefully it will help you. We're playing old school Runescape. It's, oh my goodness, I've spent so much time playing this game, it is ridiculous. There's a reason why I'm playing old school RuneScape. Well, one, because I've just been dying to play it again, and two, because it matches with the theme and the topic of this video. So I want to talk about why I play video games. I just started, by the way, I just started this account again. Well, a new account, should I say. So I'm literally just gonna level up very slowly. It's more just for the aesthetic of being an old classic game, which is actually one of the first games I've ever spent so much time on, that I absolutely like loved with all my being. I have to pay attention like every now and then, just because I am very weak. So alright, let me just make sure. Cool, that's that. Alright, so why do I play video games? Back in 2002, my family and I moved to America, and we lived there for about 4 years. And that was the period, that was a time where I feel like most of my life happened. You know, I grew up there, I was only 9 years old. We stayed there until I was like about 12. And a lot of things happened. I'm forever grateful for everything that happened in those 4 years. And today I've learned a lot from everything that has happened. Yes, I wish some things were different, but obviously you can't change the past. So why do I play video games? I'm from Brazil, and growing up in São Paulo, which is a very big, very kind of scary, dangerous city to live in, especially growing up. My dad always wanted me to stay home to avoid, you know, me getting into trouble, or, you know, trouble coming to me. And we never lived in a good neighborhood. We lived in decent ones, but it wasn't too far off that you would have, you know, the more dodgy kind of part of town. So video games, I don't know exactly how my dad got the idea of it, but they were his way of keeping me inside the house and keeping me happy in a way, and also keeping me safe. And I've only realized this and properly absorbed it further down in my life, like maybe when I was like 24, 25. So actually not too long ago. I'm 27 now. And well, I played a little bit of video games growing up before moving to the US, but when I got there, I really got into them. Now, yes, they're hella fun. Like old school RuneScape was the first video game I ever touched properly to, you know, get myself immersed into it. And I pretty much spent the whole 4 years that I was there playing this almost every single day. I suffered a lot of racism, a lot of bullying, growing up in America, as literally the only like Latino black kid in the classroom. And that wasn't just from, you know, the students, that was from the teachers as well. That was from pretty much anybody and everybody there. Only a handful, maybe less than a handful of people actually, you know, treated me as like just a normal human being. So as a little kid, as a 9-year-old with a rough kind of family history, going to a new country, which I didn't want to go to, by the way, and just getting this as a first, you know, a new classroom, new school, you know, new language, which I didn't know English very well, barely knew English, all of that, imagine all of that, plus racism on top, plus prejudice, plus, you know, all of these things. So I felt, as you can probably guess, extremely lonely for, well, all those 4 years. So I'm not gonna mention anything family related because there are all other things as well, other factors that played a part in it too. But I'm just talking about just my experience outside of the house and onwards. So once I got like my first Game Boy, it was like the Game Boy Color. It was the Game Boy Advanced actually. I started playing. I really enjoyed, like, you know, playing the games. I remember playing Pokemon Yellow. That was the first game I've ever played on a Game Boy. And Pokemon is like my favorite series above everything else. Like above everything else, Pokemon's like #1 for me. Then I got a GameCube, which is also my favorite console ever. And then I got into computer when about like 2003 maybe, when computers started getting a little bit better. And RuneScape was out, so I was playing that. So feeling lonely as I did, I didn't know how to make friends because, again, I was in a completely different environment and everything was completely new, and I wasn't getting any sort of what do you call it, any sort of comfort, any sort of kindness from anybody. So I was completely lost, and I didn't have that much support from my family either, and I didn't want to tell them either, again, for numerous reasons. So it was the only thing that I knew that I could do, that I wasn't going to be sad, I wasn't going to be depressed, I wasn't going to be, you know, crying, you know, every day, because video games, well, as much as some of them may be very frustrating, they just pretty much are like 90% happy. They're just 90%, you know, joyful. It's something that you do, and you get that instant kind of gratification when you're leveling up, and etc, etc. And as I said, RuneScape is one of the games that I actually made like one decent friend through, and I just love it because it's online, and like the people here, they didn't know me, they weren't mean to me, you know, they weren't rude, they weren't racist. Obviously, there are some people on online games that are a bit, you know, but in general, yeah, since they didn't know me, I felt fine. I was like, cool, I can talk to people, I can play, I can, you know, get into clans and guilds and groups and stuff like that. And it was great. It was absolutely great. It was the best time that I had growing up. So why do I play video games? And this is maybe something that you can resonate with if you play video games, if you have played video games as well, is how do I click X? Oh, this? What? That's... Oh, okay. I'm burning all... I played video games because I was depressed. That's where my depression really kind of just kicked in and started developing. I felt lonely. I felt like crap most of the days, because I would get, again, bullied and, you know, suffer racism and all that stuff in school, and then I get home and I didn't want to tell my parents because, again, I'm not going to get into that. So I felt lonely in all sides. It was my escape, and even up until today, it sort of is. It was my escape from reality, and I feel like most people who play video games for the same amount that I have played, you know, like every day or like every second day or something like that, kind of have the same thing, and maybe you use something different for escaping your reality. So for example, you can watch movies, you can listen to music, you could, you know, read books. Like people have different ways of coping with different things. Mine was video games, and that's what it was. I wanted to escape. I didn't want to feel miserable. I didn't want to feel like, you know, like crap every day. And video games was always there. I could just literally get home and look forward to, like, just literally logging in and playing. That's it. There's no effort. There's no, like, you know, there's not the effort and the chances of something bad happening when meeting new people or trying to make friends with the kids in school that were, you know, bullying me and stuff like that. So that is the core reason why I played video games and why I've got so into them. Obviously, throughout the years, I played more and more video games, and I do like them. I enjoy them a lot. I enjoy the art. I enjoy, you know, the gameplay. You know, the everything. I love video games. I think it's a fantastic way, for a fantastic form of art. And the reason I'm making a video is because maybe you can resonate with the same thing. Maybe you're going through that today. This is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to make this YouTube channel, because I want to connect with people who were just in the same position as I was, you know, playing games to escape reality, because reality kind of sucks for them, you know, as much as it sucked for me too. And as I said before, this actually still resonates with me today. I still procrastinate and play video games because I know, like, they're not going to do me harm. I'll just, you know, get on my favorite games and remember the nostalgia of, like, being a kid, and, you know, maybe who I used to play the games with, if there was somebody, or, you know, it would be nostalgic because the place that I was playing the games at. So, for example, Runescape was, you know, as I said, the game that I mostly played throughout my 4 years in America. So it reminds me of being a little kid, and, you know, doing the things that I used to do, and etc., etc. So today I find myself, as I said, once again, still using video games as a little bit of an escape, and I think to some extent that is completely fine, and I would even recommend, you know, again, it could be video games for you, just as it is for me, or it could be movies for you, it could be cartoons, anime, it could be music, it could be, you know, even activities like going for runs or laying on a beach. There's, as I said, there's different ways to cope with different things. But this has been the best way that has never let me down. When it comes to keeping my sanity, keeping myself somewhat happy, keeping myself, you know, alive. Because I wanted to give up many times. I wanted to just stay in my room, not do anything, never talk to anybody, etc., etc. If you're going through the same thing today, first and foremost, if you ever want to talk about it, if you ever need somebody to, you know, share what you're feeling, and without any judgment, without any, you know, prejudice, nothing, like literally just an ear to listen to, you know, and thoughts to give you advice on. Ooh, I think I'm gonna die here. I'm here. Please leave a comment down below, send me a message on my social media, whatever it takes. Like, I would love to be able to help you, be able to talk to you, and even share my experience in more detail, and you can share yours too. And if you are going through these things, if you're going through something similar, like, you know, using something as an escape from reality, what changed for me was that as I grew up, as time went by, I've learned about other things that I wanted. Like, I've always wanted to have friends. I've always wanted, since I was little, like, not even just in America, since I was little. The goblin's still attacking me. Let me go somewhere over here. I've always wanted to have friends. I never wanted to be alone and feel crappy the way that I used to for the longest time ever. So knowing that, since I knew that, that's something that always stayed with me, that I could think, oh, this is what I want, how do I go about it? And I just kept asking myself questions. What do I do to get more friends? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Etc., etc. If you know, like I did and do, what you want, what you actually want, what you desire deeply down inside, then just let a little bit of time go by and let your life kind of play out a little bit. Let yourself just go for a little bit and slowly work towards this. Like, every day in the morning or before you go to sleep, think about what you want and how you can achieve it. Maybe get a book, maybe listen to a podcast, to an audiobook, watch YouTube videos, which is something that I do a lot. Slowly build up your courage, your dedication, your motivation to go after answers, you know, towards something that you want, whatever it may be. Like I said, for me, it was wanting friends. If you don't know what you want, if you just have no idea, you feel like, I literally don't know. I don't know if I want to make more friends, if I want to get a better job, if I want a relationship, if I want to, you know, make more money, if I want to leave this house or leave this country and just go camping and caravan parking and just traveling. If you don't know, that is completely fine too. what I recommend is just try different things, because thinking about it is like a trap. It just stays in here. But when you do something about it, that's when you actually get to experience, you know, and learn what you actually want. You have to try it. So for me, it was trying different things. It was trying talking to people, different people, and talking to people differently as well. Using different methods to actually get to know people. So like, you know, we had MSN, which is a really old messaging system. So I try to meet people there. Going out and just going into little clubs like soccer club or like basketball or something like that, or just, you know, there's so many different ways that you can do so many different things. But the most important thing is to actually go and do them. So do something at least once for a little bit every single day, because if you improve just 1% a day for an entire year, by the end of the year you've improved 365%. Like, it accumulated so much that by the end of the year you won't even notice, you won't even believe how much you changed it and how much better you got. So once again, the reason why I play video games and why I still do and still use them is because sometimes I want to escape reality, and because, you know, they make me happy. It's my go-to, you know, and I'll hopefully can use this as a tool as well to, you know, help you if you're going through the same thing. And once again, if there's anything that I can do for you, if you resonate with any of this, please leave a comment down below. Please tell me what, you know, how has video games kind of kept you away from maybe, you know, situations. Like, I know a lot of people prefer to play video games and they focus on it rather than go back to drinking or smoking or even hanging out with people they know they shouldn't hang out with, or they use that as an excuse. So like, there's so many different reasons, and again, it could be different things like watching movies and etc. So I'd love to hear your story. This is just a little bit of mine, and hopefully I can talk to you soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, if this video even helped you in some way, hit the like button just down below. It makes a very, very big difference. If you know somebody that could benefit from this video, hit that little share button or just comment and tag them down below. It really would help, you know, to spread the joy, spread the happiness. And lastly, if you want to see more of these videos, then hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It takes only a second, and it helps the channel grow. And if the channel grows, I can dedicate more time to it. I can make more videos, therefore help you more often and help more people as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.